People who say, oh, it doesn't sound human. You don't want it to sound human. Sometimes they will build things that will eat into what you're building.
New GHL users, like, okay, the big guys already took the space. How do I get into the space, like, as a beginners? How would you answer that question?
No, you just go into a room with 1,000 people. I guarantee you, maybe a handful of people will know high level. The vast majority won't know. So this is the misconception a lot of people have, that high levels everywhere. People actually pay for that, or people will buy that. Take a step back and re-strategize and figure out who you want to serve. Who's your target market? You will always find an audience for that market you're trying to serve.
The AI season is really picking up. What's been popping in your mind that you could see bring a lot of impact in terms of leads, revenue, using high level and AI in general?
I can give you a virtual AI receptionist. She's saving $1,500, so she's super excited. And the person deploying it for her is super excited because he's making almost 500, 600% markup. So it's a perfect win-win over here.
Best suggestion you got in your entrepreneurship career, what would that be?
Just get started. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna make mistakes. Just go. You will figure it out.
What's going on? What's going on? Everybody's actually tuning into this podcast right now. First of all, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Nikhil Sai Show, which is hosted by me, the Nikhil Sai. And guess what's going on today? We're back with another amazing expert. This time, I'm not just bringing somebody who's tech oriented, I'm bringing a visionary who's actually the go-to personality in the high level community in terms of AI and consulting and scaling a business. The person who's actually joining us today has intensive marketing experience for over 15 years, working in variety of companies and including fintech, SaaS industry and whatnot. He's been a part of well-known organizations, like I'm talking high level, it could be as a consultant or externally, or many other well-known businesses, and work with thousands of marketing agencies. To this point, he always has his hands getting dirty by helping a lot of people. Like, if you are in high level community, it's really hard to ignore this person's name, especially if you're one of those nerdy people who ask questions in the community, in the Facebook group and whatnot. Let's not waste any time, and actually let's welcome the founder of all things GHL, Ferhan Patel. Hey, Far.
Hey, how are you? Well, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
a great introduction.
Stoked to have you on, brother. I mean, you are the goat in the community. Like, like you, even before the GHL team jumps on, you're always responding and helping people. And I think it's a very impressive thing for me to see as an entrepreneur, because we know how busy life gets and we forget to help each other out. And I remember my old days of back in the ClickFunnels group and helping other people, but I don't have time for it anymore. Like, I'm too big for it. But you're always there while running businesses, helping people in the community. It's fascinating to see how you actually build this community and hold things together. And you're always branded with high level and whatnot. So glad to have you on. Now, just to set some context, right, there is this buzz in the high level that, oh, it's too crowded. I mean, everybody and their mom is selling high level. Like, this is the impression, especially in 2025 and the late 2025, I've been getting from the new GHL users. Like, okay, the big guys already took the space. Even high level is competing for direct consumers right now. Like, how do I get into the space, like, as a beginner, right? That's been a question that I've been asked a lot, as one of the, people being looked up to in the high level space. How would you answer that question? Like, if a new person is looking at high level as an opportunity, what would you do if you're just getting started today with high level?
Yeah, it's one of those things that a lot of people say because they're too stuck in their own online bubble, in their own echo chamber. So everyone, you will see what you are related to. So the algorithm shows you other people in the high level space. The algorithm will show you other people marketing. If people just go offline for a little bit, go talk to people, no one knows what high level is. If people go out of their comfort zone, just offline, off of Facebook, no, you just go into a room with 1,000 people. I guarantee you, maybe a handful of people will know high level. The vast majority won't know. So this is the misconception a lot of people have, that high levels everywhere. Yes, it's everywhere because that's what we see. That's the worldview we have. But just diversify your worldview. Look at anyone who's using other platforms. They're not using high level. It's because they might not know about high level, or this is what they're just used to. So those who are using MailChimp, the Active Campaigns, Kajabis, as regular users, they're just using the platform because this is what they know. They're not in the world of marketing. They're not shopping around looking for solutions. They're just need a solution that solves their pain point. So this is where I've seen this come up a lot of times. Like, oh, high levels everywhere. Yes. It's the same thing as, I see the same thing. I see high level everywhere because everyone in my network is in high level space. So this is all I'm seeing all day long. But you get a rude awakening every once in a while when you go out and in real life meetings with people. It's like, what's high level? It's like, okay, how do I start this conversation now? How do I explain to you what it does? Because you just assume a lot of people know about it, but they don't. Because I think high level
Agree.
has, what was the number? 100,000, 150,000 users, I would
Active
say, just
agencies. Yeah.
active agencies. But what is that number? That's
Yeah.
trivial in the grand scheme of things overall. So even if we say, okay, high level has 150,000 agencies, then under them there's maybe, we'll say 2 million or a
Yes,
million
that's
sub
about
accounts or
right.
2 million sub
Yep.
accounts. Sure. What about everyone else in the world? Are you saying that's how many businesses there are in the world? No.
No,
At the
no,
same time,
definitely not.
every single other competitor is thriving or doing well because they have customers who are using them. The
Mm,
market is vast. A lot of people use excuses to say, oh, they're not thriving because everyone knows about it or high levels doing this. Stop with excuses. Take a step back and re-strategize and figure out who you want to serve. Who's your
mm,
target market? You will always find an audience for that market you're trying to serve. People, it's sometimes, you'll find it's sometimes if you just, start go on Reddit, for example, for every once in a while, you'll see people selling the most ridiculous things. And then you question the fact, like, wow, people actually pay for that? Or people will buy that? Then you realize there is a market for everything out there. There's always a
mm,
market for everything out there. Just figure out how you can get into a specific market, a specific niche, and then excel in that niche. So back in the high level space, high level does everything. It's all in one CRM, marketing automation is fantastic. But you can't sell an all in one marketing automation solution because a lot of mistakes that people make, even though I made the same mistake when I first started, I'm like, wow, it's the greatest software ever. It does everything. No one wants a software that does everything. That's too complicated. I want a software that solves a specific problem. It's like, oh, I need to send emails. I'm struggling with emails. All right, this is what I can do. Or I need to get more reviews. My reviews are terrible. All right, this software can do this. I don't need you to tell me the software has 15, 30 different other features that's better than all these other ones. I don't care. Solve a pain point for me. And once you solve that pain point, I will become a customer for you. Don't sell me
mm.
on the features. Sell me on the solution.
No, I love that. I love that. We had all the founders from GHL, and they were very clear on the vision for the product, which is becoming an operating system for marketing and sales, and not trying to be like a feature-oriented platform or anything like that. And I really love how they created this Lego block software piece that you could build anything on top of. And
Yeah.
thank you for adding some context in how we should look at high level as an opportunity in 2025 and beyond. Now, there is a lot of things like the AI season is really picking up, and very unique things are coming up as different solutions that could, improvise how businesses have been doing marketing and sales. What's been popping in your mind that you could see could bring a lot of impact in terms of leads, revenue, more customers, or even higher profit margins for businesses using high level and AI in general?
So AI is one of those pieces that it's seeing is believing. So I did a lot of coaching calls with high level, and a lot of times people just hesitate. Oh, what if they know it's AI? Oh, what if this happens? A lot of people put excuses and barriers, unnecessary excuses ahead
Hmm,
of them when I'll tell them just record a conversation, put up on the website, and tell someone try it out, listen to it. And if they're ready for it, have them call directly to the phone number. If they can go through a call and you see that wow factor from the customer, like, oh my God, this is AI, it does all that. Then you'll have people who say, oh, it doesn't sound human. You don't want it to sound human. You don't need it. So different camps, right? If you want to
yep.
make it sound superhuman, now the issue you run into over here is what if during the call at one point someone realized not human?
Hmm,
They feel all of a sudden they were deceived or, oh my God, I got tricked. So you're dealing with you deal with a weird dynamic over here. So that's why a lot of times, I would tell people just, hey, hi, my name is Sarah. I'm so-and-so's virtual AI assistant. Cool. You already set the context. Now they know it's AI. They come into the call. How can I help you today? So then they can go through the call and ask the questions. Okay, do you want to book an appointment? Are you looking for more information? You see people knowing it's already AI, they'll ask questions casually along the way, and they're not they're not engaged in a way that they feel very combative. It's just they're disarmed, no problem. I've seen people use it for restaurants. We had a good use case where someone used it for a restaurant. Tell them, hey, I'm so and so's AI assistant. Everyone's very busy right now. So, what kind of questions can I answer for you? And when you're ready to place an order, just say, I want to place an order. So all of a sudden, what that did was it gave people the time to say, "Hey, how large is your large pizza? What's your best? What's your best? What's your specials? I have gluten allergies. I have this." You saw what they noticed is people actually engage with the AI agent for a couple of minutes, not just a 1 minute, 2 minutes, because now they're asking questions that a lot of times when the server answers the phone or the receptionist answers the phone, they're rush, okay, what's your order? Place your order. They don't want to answer the questions because they're so busy. Now they're actually, the calls are stretching out 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. The person feels comfortable. Okay, this is what I want to get. And then I talk to the order taker. It was really fast. So the order taker's time went down from like 8 minutes down to a minute and a half, 2 minutes now. So they save time on their end. People feel more
Um,
comfortable on the front end talking to the AI because they were just asking a lot of questions. And the
mm,
questions that the AI has the time and patience to teach or explain. So
mm,
just a lot of times people just need to try it out and just understand that it doesn't have to be the ultimate solution. People have to realize that there are mistakes, like humans make mistakes as well. Someone will make a mistake on the call. It happens. An AI can, but it's getting better and better and better. I've seen cases where it was just pure great timing where one of the clients we were coaching, he had a client who she ran a salon, and her salon, her employee was charging her about $22 an hour just to answer the phone, book appointments.
mm-hmm.
That was the cost, and she wanted a raise. So I can't afford to pay you more money. That's really a lot of money for just someone answering the phone call. So at that point, she didn't get the raise, so she quit. So now that person doesn't have a receptionist. All the job was, remember, simple was, you'd like to book an appointment? Yes. Here you go. And they booked the appointment. That was the core role or reschedule. That's all they had to do.
Mm,
So then this person had an opportunity to meet up with her, have a solution for you. You want to try it out? It's like, okay, what is it? I can give you a virtual AI receptionist, and it'll book the appointments for you on autopilot. And the best part in their case was they had a third party booking link. So all they would have to do is just send a booking link to the person, they book it themselves. So it was such a smooth process. And
yeah.
the person ended up being able to charge her about $600 for the agent deployed, unlimited, whereas she was paying almost 2,300 a month for a human receptionist. So now
Mm,
she ended up saving, what's the math? That's 600 plus another about 1,500. We'll just say she was saving about
easy.
$1,500,
Hmm.
right? 1,500. She's saving 1,500, so she's super excited. She's saving the money, and the person deploying it for her is super excited because he's making almost 500, 600% markup. So it's a perfect win-win over here. So a
Hmm.
lot of times we get conversations with people like, "Oh, how much should I charge for this?" That's the number one question you've seen across the board. I've asked those questions as well. Like sometimes you're doing work. How much should I charge for it? Because you don't want to undercharge, nor do you want to overcharge where someone says it's too expensive, they walk away. So if you don't know the different pricing parameters, you get very self-conscious how to charge for something, especially if you're a beginner. You're a beginner, like, how much do I charge for this? What if I say 200 and then I don't make money off it? Is it worth it? So in this case here, 600. I've seen people charge up to $1,000 plus a $1,500 setup fee because there is setup time involved. People have to realize there is setup time, and depending on where they are in their marketing journey, certain they'll people will charge for that time. Others, if you're brand new, you're not going to charge for your setup. You can't get your first few customers. I get it. In the journey itself, they charge 1,500 for setup, and I think it took them probably 2 hours for setup max, and then $1,000 maintenance. That was it. So this person in 1 week closed 5 deals just in 1 week because they knew how to sell. They're confident and they sold it and it worked and they fulfilled it. And once you had a few working, it just kept cascading. So in the AI space, it's all about showing the client what it can do, show them the end result. Even some clients I'm working with right now, they're large US franchises, gyms across the US who are using voice AI receptionists. And it's working really
Hmm.
well. People are calling in. A lot of times they want to talk to the receptionist, like, oh, what time you close at? You can easily go to see the website, but they want to call in. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your class schedule? Again, you can easily go to the website, but people still have a tendency of calling in. So for the people who are calling in, oh, if you'd like to see a class schedule, I'll text you the schedule link right now. Or if this happens, so and so. So we built up the parameter or the flow that it handles X number of use cases. Or if it's a teacher or a trainer calling in saying, hey, I'm going to be late, then it notifies the front desk and they answer the call. So we have different call flows, but even large US franchises across the board are using it for every single industry, the fitness space, the massage space. We have online tutoring because again, people are calling in asking the same questions over and over and over again. if you have a standard FAQ process saying how much you charge, when can I book appointments, what are your hours, the standard FAQs, a virtual AI agent can handle all that. And then it gets to a point where, okay, now you're asking something very specific or you fall down a certain flow. Okay, someone from our team is going to get in contact with you right now. Or if it's during business hours, you do a warm transfer to that person. So there's ways of working around it strategically. But
Hmm.
back to your question about where AI is going, we're seeing a lot of people have success with it if they believe in it. They need to believe in it. It's hard for you to sell something if you don't believe in it. Like, oh,
100%.
you want to try my AI product? It's okay. It's pretty good. Or it's like, check this out. This is awesome. I'm going to deploy in your business right now. I'll give you 30 days free trial. Check it out. You're going to love it. Imagine you do that. Look at the, conviction one way or the other. What I used to do when I first started in the marketing space was, because I didn't have any clients. So what I would do is I would go after some friendlies, family and friends, tell them this again, I differ with certain people you have different people how they strategize on marketing. My
Hmm.
approach is more of a passive approach, whereas you have some people more aggressive in their sales approach. Mine is if you're brand new, because I dealt with a lot of clients of this nature. If they're brand new to marketing, their biggest issue, and we've seen this in the ClickFunnels space a lot, is people spend a lot of time learning the platform and zero time getting clients. So you'll sign up, you'll sign up, and you'll spend 2, 3, 4, 5 months becoming awesome at funnel building because you think I want to get in that zone. I want to become an expert at that. But you
Hmm.
don't need to become an expert at that. Honestly, you just need to know enough that you feel comfortable with it. That if you close a client, you can get it set up for them, or at that point, you get another person who's an expert and that's their domain, get them to do it. The marketer's job depends where you want to fit. Are you going to be that specialist or do you want to be that salesperson? It's hard to be both. You're either in implementation mode or in sales mode. You try doing both, they're both going to suffer.
Hmm.
So initially at the beginning, what I would consult people to do is go find 2 or 3 friends and offer to give it to them for free. Do it for free, but tell them this is how much it costs. After 30 days, if you like it, you love it, it's fantastic, then we'll have to go on to full-time billing. And if not, no worries. We'll just cancel it. Then the sale is super easy because they're like, okay, no problem. I'll try it out. No risk to me. And you, as a person who's brand new, that doesn't have that confidence level yet and doesn't have that experience yet, you don't have that anxiety. Like, what if it fails? What if I don't do a good job? What if it doesn't work? What if they want a refund? What if they cancel? You don't have that anxiety. So a lot of people, depends on their personality. I deployed it for a few. I started with using different tools I've never used in my life. I deployed it for them after 30 days ago. This is fantastic. Let's continue. So then I got them on paying. But imagine you tried selling them right away. Now they have certain expectations from you. They want you to deliver a certain thing. You can't learn during that time. Now
Yeah.
the pressure's on. And when the pressure's on, you're going to make mistakes.
Hmm.
It depends on the personality of the person. And those who hesitate to get their first clients because they're always too worried, this is what I would advise them. Just go get it. I wouldn't say it's for free. Just tell them this is how much it costs, but I'm offering you first 30 days for free, just so you can get your foot in the door. And it's worked
Hmm.
effectively well for me and a lot of other people.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Like 30-day free trial is probably like the best offers to convert like cold prospects who don't have that much trust on the technology because it's new for them as well. And I really like the frame that you have used. Now, if you are actually starting a GHL agency right now, how would you go about getting your first 10 clients you covered at the free trial? How would you go about scaling it to the 100 users to get that gold award and whatnot?
It's a good question because I've never launched my own SaaS agency on high level, but I'm going to now. So I put myself on because I need to practice what I preach. So now,
Hmm.
because I've always been helping agencies the last 5, 6 years, I've been that person helping agencies scale, providing
Hmm.
them the resources, providing them the technology, providing them the tools and the support and the training. Now it's like, I've taken a step back. Like, why don't I just do it myself to, showcase what I can do? So this is what I'm going to do. Step number 1 is I'm not going to use a generic website template like everyone else is using. Everyone's using a generic thing. We have 15 in 1. We compete against every other solution out there. This is a fantastic solution because now you're like everyone else. Why use me when you can go use any other competitor who does the exact same thing? How do you
Hmm.
differentiate yourself? Right. So, from the ClickFunnels world, it's all about positioning differential. How do you add more value to this? If you have the same offering, how do you add more value? Russell Brunson, I think the famous example he gave was the iPhone one. The iPhone
Yeah.
example, it's like, oh, 1,000.
It's just,
Who would pay $50,000 for this iPhone? Like, are you out of your mind?
yeah.
It's only $1,000. Like, no. What if I give you all my contacts, all my downloads, all this? Then all of a sudden, your perceived value skyrockets,
Hmm.
right? So in this case over here, we have the same software. So why would they go to you or over me or vice versa? I would have to make a distinction on it. My software is going to be more focused towards AI, and I'm going to offer X, Y, Z. And this is what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you training. I'm going to give you the snapshots. I'm going to give you a fast track method. I'll give you assets. I'll give you resources. I'll show you how to sell your first client, how to sell them on AI. Because in the end, people come to you because they want you to solve a problem. They don't need a software. They don't need a software. They're using your software. They're using your solution. I'm paying you for your solution because you're going to give me something. Don't sell me a software that everyone else has. So what ends up happening is if I get your software and you're just a watered down version of what everyone else has, eventually they're going to see someone else who's cheaper. It's like, oh my God, that's high level. He has high level. He's charging me, 50% of what you're charging me. And you're giving me exactly the same thing as him. So then you're going to get people who are getting frustrated. Then they're going to leave and go there because you're doing the exact same thing. What is your value add? I've seen some people who have the value add. They're adding weekly coaching, sales training on top of the software. They're embedding additional things. They're making it more sticky for people to stay with them. So the way I will structure it, I have a custom design website template I'm going to put together. I already have it. Then I'm going to position it towards AI because that's kind of where my focus is lately. So I want to position more towards AI. So you'll get a lot of the other features within the high-level platform, not everything, because if I give everything, it becomes noise for a lot of people. It gets overwhelming. So I will remove features I think are not relevant for them according to the audience I'm targeting. It'll be a very curated solution because if I can explain to you very simply, this is what the solution does. This is the end result you'll get by using my platform. This is my SaaS. So put your mind or position yourself like, this is my SaaS solution. I built this for a specific audience. Don't be like most people. And I was in the same position. I got onto high-level platform, greatest platform in the world. It does everything. Why wouldn't you want to use it? That's what everyone does. Like, this is the greatest. It does everything. But again, not everyone needs everything in high level. So I'm of the camp of you can just use one feature in high level, one feature, like reviews. You could build a whole business on reviews and charge the exact same price someone selling the whole platform does. So if you're charging $97 or $297, $497, even $997. So we'll just assume we'll charge $297. And all you're doing is you're hiding everything else. You'll keep contacts, conversations, and the review section. That's it. And maybe, the marketing section, the landing page. So you get rid of everything else. That's my focus. So I'm going to become a reviews only platform. So what are you pitching? You're pitching the solution of, I will help you get more sales by increasing your reputation through reviews online. So, and any local business knows they need more reviews. That's the easiest sell in the world. You can talk to anyone, any store, they all need more reviews. It's so easy to sell. So everyone does that. So you don't compete reviews. And I've seen a lot of people have amazing successful reviews and super sticky. You position AI. I'm going to help you automate your business, reduce your employee headcount, or reposition your employees so we can deflect a lot of wasted time using AI. So hyper focus your solution, but you got a CRM around it. You gotta, I wouldn't, say you have to niche down, but you gotta be more selective on your targeting because then you can target specific groups of people, specific audiences, and those who will resonate with you better will like your software and they'll come to you because it's your expertise. Or you can say a generalist, but when you're a generalist, it becomes very hard because there's nothing unique about you. You're just like any other software. You need to niche down. The most successful companies I've seen, and we all know when Stripe first launched, they were an API platform for developers for payment processing. How much more niche can you get? Payment processing is very generic. Everyone does payment processing. Everyone does it. Okay, fine. APIs, they all have APIs. They're targeting only developers. Like, whoa, it's very niche. And why they took off? Because who makes the decisions? Developers when it comes to payment processing. Because business owners normally come, okay, I need to collect payments online. Can you help me? Yeah, just set something up for me. Then the developer's like, okay, I'll use Stripe. So I had friends of mine who were back in the day, they all shifted over to Stripe instead of PayPal or Authorize or CyberSource, all the other ones. They switched over to Stripe. The reason is it would take them 30 minutes to deploy a Stripe integration, and they would charge the client for 2-3 days of work still.
The classic. Right?
Because 2-3 days. It's like 3 days of work. They'll charge them a bundle price. Okay, it'll be $1,000. Guys like, no problem, done. And 30 minutes later, they're done and they sit back on it because it's their expertise that Stripe has targeted, and that's why it grew like wildfire for
Anything, yeah.
th-
Grew like
anything.
wildfire.
And then it scaled out. Then it scaled out. So those who are more niche focused, you can get an audience, a following, because they're easy. It's much easier for them to resonate with that audience.
That's pretty classic on. But I do see the value of like niching down into one software because, like you said, too many generalists trying to sell the same software over and over is basically the race to the bottom, and which is again super non-compliant with the high-level platform itself. Now, I have an interesting question around the business model because high level has opened up a new way to monetize, which was never possible before, at least at the scale these guys are doing. Like SaaSpreneurs are making like 250 million, some crazy like $250 million, like insane amount of money by reselling high level as a platform. Where do you see the highest scope? You've coached so many people, beginners, intermediate level, high level success people, and whatnot, award winners and whatnot. Where do you see there is a blend of business model that is sustainable? Is it selling SaaS? Is it selling marketing solution and including your SaaS in it? Or is it selling a feature? Or is it selling consulting model and implement high level as a service? Or is it building on top of high level, like people like you and there's a bunch of other people who are building different businesses on top of high level? Where do you see the most leverage and scope for the future?
Okay, there's 4 different options here, and there's no black and white answer for this one here because it depends on the individual who's doing this. If
Mm,
you have no network, you're brand new to it, you don't have consulting clients, you don't have a business. So what's your biggest initial starting point? Use a platform and try to get people to get onto your platform, sell it as SaaS, find a niche, get 2 or 3 customers. This should be super easy for someone to get 2 or 3 customers in a niche. Just go find the right pond to fish at and get them, right?
mm,
If you're already in business for 15 years, you have a consulting practice, and you have small to medium sized customers, then it makes sense because they're coming to you as a trusted consultant. Then
mm,
you can shift them onto the software. So software with a service. You're providing the service offering because they're hiring you for your expertise, and you're using the software to augment that. So there is that offering as well, but it depends on where that individual is in their journey.
mm.
You need to have a clientele base to do it. If you're just doing marketing and you're giving the software along with it, the software is just kind of there. It's not really the core because most clients are not going to log into the software. If you're a marketing
Yeah.
agency, if I'm a marketing agency, I'll tell them it's the greatest software in the world. You got to do it. Does all these things. They're not even going to log in because for them, even though as much as you are passionate about the platform and everything you do, for them it's just another tool. It's just telling
Mm.
them, hey, can you please log into your Facebook business manager page and go post something? That's how exciting it sounds for them.
Never doing it. Yeah.
No one's doing it. So software with a service, software, additional to it, is targeting different audiences. A lot of people, if you have a done for you type service, you're already handling the Facebook marketing, you're doing advertising, social media, you're doing all that. You just bring them onto a sub account under you and use that as the core for you to manage it all for them. You can give them access. Anytime say, hey, I need to see how things are going, simply log into your account. You'll see it all there, right? That'll just be a value added. You don't even have to charge them for it because it's part of your package.
Mm.
But if they say, okay, I'm done with your services, whatever, no problem. You can keep the software now. So if they exit the consulting services, you can still keep them on the software because now you built up a lot of content and legacy information for them. They might not want to lose all that.
Yeah.
So, and if we're building on the platform, so I build on a platform. A lot of people we build on a platform. It's a double-edged sword. Building on the platform, at the pace high level goes, sometimes
They
they
just
will
eat
build
you.
things that
Yeah.
will eat into what you're building. So that's kind of where it's a little bit dangerous, because on their roadmap they haven't got to it yet. So, is it worth building onto their platform, knowing that it's going to slowly disappear in a year
Correct.
and a half from now?
Yeah.
So this is a concern a lot of the builders have on the platform. But is there a way that you can kind of build a solution that complements the platform that would not build into it? So build something
Hmm.
complementary that can augment the experience, not something that's, oh, it's a feature that's missing within the platform. If it's just
Yeah.
a feature that's going to get gobbled up in a couple of months, you know that it's just a race against time, because if it's just, hey, they don't have it yet, it's going to come
Yeah.
there. But if it's something complementary, then you don't have to worry about that for the most part.
100%.
So
I love the perspective. Yeah. What were you saying?
yeah, so it's different ways. It's just different ways. Everyone's looking for blueprints or shortcuts. It all depends on where they are in their journey.
Hmm.
Like, who are you? What type of brand do you have? What type of network do you have?
Hmm.
And are you someone who's willing to get off the computer and go and find people outside of the online space? Because I remember, coaching some clients, asking them, "Oh, how do I get client reviews? How do I get clients for my reviews service?" Like they're looking for automated solutions online. They're like, "Oh, how do I find the right email?" Like, dude, just simply go downtown wherever you are, search for reviews, like whatever near you, find someone who has a 4.3 star and below, walk into their location. Hey, I realize your reviews are pretty bad. You phrase it correctly better. I can offer you a service to help you increase your reviews. Then you can do every star review you have will increase your frequency, the not the returns, but the visibility in
Walk-ins.
Google because
Yeah.
the people click more. You can do a nice pitch.
Yep.
Show them then something illustrated because you're a restaurant owner. Restaurant owners, I had restaurant
They
clients.
can't
They don't check their emails.
conceptualize. Yeah.
They don't even check their emails. They don't. So what you do is check what I can do for you. I'll give you a QR code. This is what I can give you. If you're interested, let's get started now. Boom. Just walk into a place
Hmm.
and they will look at it and say, and for restaurants, I don't know, I don't have time for this. Do you care about your reputation? I can help you increase it. If you're not happy with it, cancel me after 30 days.
Yep.
They're like, all right, let's go.
Hmm.
They'll make a decision within 5 minutes if you're face to
Yeah.
face with them. If I get an email,
100%.
it just looks like one of these spam emails I'm getting. Hello, sir. I can help you increase your reviews. Would you like more information? I'm like, okay, delete. But a face
Yeah.
to face, you can close face. If you just walk down a busy street that has restaurants, I'm using restaurants as simplest example because that was the easiest to get reviews nonstop. Like I did with one, I printed a business card with QR code. I put a QR sign in their location. I taught them how to ask for reviews. They
Hmm.
went from 100 reviews. Now they're at 3,000 reviews over a year. And now they're a solid 4.6 star rating. And
Hmm.
because of the reviews, people keep coming in. And it's because they're in a touristic area. When you travel, you look for reviews. You're not going to take a chance. You'll never take a chance with
100%.
a low,
Yeah.
like if it's like you're in Bali right now, if you want to look for food, okay, I want a pizza
I'm
place, a
going
burger
for
place, or whatever.
4.8 or above. Yeah. Otherwise, just
Yeah.
disqualified.
Yeah, because someone can say, no, no, this place is really good. It has 4.3, but it's amazing. I'm like, no, no, I'm not taking a chance.
I don't
Because you're
want
a
a
localer.
Bali belly. I don't want a Bali belly.
Yeah, because you're a localer, but someone traveling takes no chances of that. So if you're in a travel spot, you need to really ramp up your reviews.
I mean, I love it. I love it. Like, I remember the time, like when I had all these ideas, but then like exactly what you said, like, high level is gonna eat up all the missing features anytime soon. And I know the development team and how quickly that develops. So there's not a chance we can stand. It's just a matter of time. In terms of how to set up an high level agency and scale, back in the day there was not enough support system. It was a little too complicated. It's getting better and easier as we get, right? But there's a lot of supporting companies like you affiliated with bunch of them. I'm talking about like extendly, it could be, or a HL Pro Tools, or it could be many other business tools, or like you said, complementing service providers that can help you scale your high level agency. If you have to mention an ultimate pack for a high level agency owner to use, like, hey, use like these 7 service providers and package your agents this way so you could become the ultimate solution. I know we're not aiming for that, but just for people, there's a
Yeah.
lot of awareness gap on like, okay, what providers actually have and what kind of solutions can they build on top of, talking about white label suite, it could be, or anything else. How would you look at like partnering up with these companies, and how would you build like an ultimate agency platform that can cater requirement and fight churn? Because that's a big thing. Like now there is white label support, which could really help with that. But I'm curious about your take on that.
So it depends on who your audience and what your positioning is, right? So if you're going to go after,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we can provide you part of our platform, we generate leads for you. Then you'd use a solution like White Label Suite. If
Hmm.
you're going to position, chat bots or AI, you may like to keep the native version, but if you want to go more for premium services, you may use a solution like Closebot and incorporate that within your platform, right?
Hmm.
Or if you want to, for the white label support, so anyone starting out, the number one question is, and it kind of goes back to what I said at the beginning, you don't need to know everything about the platform. You need to know enough to know that it's there, what the features are. You can learn that in about an hour. Just watch a video
Hmm.
overview, get a crash course on the features. You have a little checklist, you're good to go. But you don't need to know how to go in there and set up a integration with this third party service. You don't need to know all the details. If you do, great, but you don't need to. This is where if a client comes along, you sell your first SaaS, now that person's asking you questions, now you're going to try to go over deliver everything. Oh, I'll help you. Okay, I'll build this for you, because you want to get your first client going. It's just natural. So if you start getting hands on to every single support question, it takes you out of your sales mode, and
100%.
it'll exhaust you. Support's always going to be there. So that's where people use third-party support companies, the white label support companies within the system. You have the Extendies, you have HR Pro Tools, you have agency owner support. You have a few of them out there that will be willing to help you out. And it's white labeled, they're an extension of your team. So you'd build a pack of what don't you want to do, right? What are things that you don't want to do? And everyone's gonna say, I don't want to do support. I don't want to do support. Perfect. So you have no one wants to do support. So you'd use one of those companies, start with a small package, you can scale from there. Then what do you want to offer? What's your niche offering? Don't become, if we just kind of what we talked about before, it's like high level does everything. And now you're thinking of, I'm going to add all these other third-party services and bundle it up. So now you just became a platform that does everything and more. It's like, who are you targeting? So I already have 50 features. Now I just threw in 10 other third-party solutions in there. What have you just created a massive bloated system, and people are going to come in there and thinking, how do I even use your platform? I don't even know what to use in it. So these are the issues you run into. So there's no ultimate pack. Again, depends on who the person is, what they want to focus on, how they want to position. If they're going to be they're targeting coaches, for example, okay, this is my whole niche is coaches related, then you want to really focus on membership area. You want to focus on the templates. You want to focus on the automations. It's kind of your core area you want to focus on, because coaches, if it's fitness, for example, they're not going to come in there, tinker around. They just want to click a few buttons, deploy a template, and just have appointments come on autopilot. That's all they want. So figure out enough that they can come in, and it's a very simple setup process. Or if you want to minimize churn, you make sure that if you're targeting a specific niche, you get them onto that setup, teach them how to use the setup, and get them using the setup. So once they're actually using it, then they're less likely to churn. But if they just buy the software, like, oh, it's awesome, and then 30 days later, 40 days later, like, oh, I got billed. What does this do again? They're not using it. They will cancel it. So this is how you need to find a way for them to hook into the software, get them to plug in all their integrations. Plug in your Facebook, your Instagram, your Stripe, your calendar. So get them to connect a few things in there and have them actually use it. Connection is great. That's fine. But people will break the connection if they're not using it. Make sure they're actually using it. If you realize they're not using it, then follow up. Hey, I realized this. How can I help you? Or if they're on their website, they're still using Calendly. Like, did you know we offer integrated within this? And this is why you might want to integrate it, because it does X, Y, Z. Find a way to get them into the software and actually using it, because if once they start using it for, let's say 2-3 months comfortably, then they're not going to churn, because now they've gone to the rhythm.
100%. And what's been the main feature which, if you activate, you could almost guarantee that, okay, this client won't churn? Because I think activation is the trouble. People are doing webinars, workshops, whatever they can to get the users or get their first signups. But I think activation is definitely the trickiest part to keep the clients happy or have them use the platform and log in. That's the trouble. Like, many people just keep paying the bill for 3 months, and then they realize, okay, I never even logged in, and they want to cancel, right? So what's been like the number one feature you believe has been getting the easiest activations and retention?
It's not one feature, it'd be kind of a combination. A simple landing page, calendar booking, automation sequence. Because all this is related to revenue generating. Someone's going to come to my landing page, they're going to opt in, I'm going to book an appointment, and I'm going to close them. That's all revenue generating activity. So something that is going to put money in their pocket are features you want them to do. Have conversations within the platform. That's great, but people can take conversations offline, SMS, WhatsApp. Fantastic.
100%.
Social media posting, I can still do that manually. Not a big deal. But it adds value. But literally, I'll give you a landing page. If I don't have a landing page, where am I going to direct my clients to? I would have to go to a third party, get a hosting solution. A simple landing page, a funnel, an opt-in sequence, so reminders, appointments, whatever, and a calendar booking flow. All these things. And again, these are all, if you look at every snapshot the high level offers, they all have that built in, because if you actually install the snapshot and you actually use it, people will end up seeing the value of it right away. Imagine I start getting bookings on my phone every day. Oh, people booked an appointment. This is awesome. At that point, you want to keep that. You get that feeling, oh, someone booked an appointment. You get that, adrenaline rush or the endorphin release. Like, okay, Someone wants to talk to me. Now I can close them. So how do you maintain that? AI is great, but that's not going to keep them on it right away. There's other features. You need to get some of the basic features out of the way, and those are easy, low-hanging fruits to explain to people. Or also reviews is another one, because if they start integrating every single review platform and now it's rolling on autopilot for them, they're seeing the reviews coming in, they're seeing the AI automation responding back, they're seeing the value, then that's another feature that can be sticky for them. But the best part about reviews is the client never has to log in. You set it up for them and let it go on autopilot. So if you can build up a solution where the client never has to log in and he's seeing the results, the client's
That's the best
happy
piece.
and you're happy. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Now, I have a different set of questions for you. Let's talk about the tools you use on top of high level to, keep you productive, like any other cool things that you really find interesting enough overall that you would like to share with the audience.
Yeah, of course, I'm going to plug my own tools over here. I have so I built a tool called Super Editor. And why I built that tool, let me explain to you what it is. It's, I go to any of my web pages or any of my funnels, I simply click on the tool itself. And if I click edit content, it drills me directly into that specific funnel, specific step. So it's like, oh, then the counter argues like, oh, I don't need that. I can do that. No problem. Have you ever had to find a funnel or a funnel step?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had to go and
When
try
you have
searching
hundreds,
for it?
yeah, when you have hundreds, it gets
I've
crazy.
had hundreds, and you have it across many sub accounts. So what spawned this idea for me was I was trying to I found one of our landing pages that had a typo on it. So I'm trying to fix it. I could not figure out where that funnel was located.
Dude, the struggle
Right?
is real.
I spent 2 hours, almost 3 hours trying to look for it. That's number one. I went through every single funnel we had, looked at every single step. I'm like, where is it? I could not find it. Then I realized afterwards that it was in another sub account that we used, that we launched for some reason. And that's 2.5 hours after finding it that we found it. 2.5 hours gone. Now, or even if you're trying to find a funnel in one of your accounts, if you have more than, it's useful, but not, it's not crazy if you have like a few funnels, not a big deal. You know it. But now imagine you have in one account 50 funnels, and every funnel has maybe 5 steps. Sometimes if you don't document it well, you don't call it correctly, try finding a funnel after 2 months. Good luck. You're not going to find it.
Yeah.
So Super Editor, click edit. It drills you directly into the funnel, into the folder, into the funnel, into the step, into edit in 3 to 4 seconds. And if you have to do that manually, it will take you maybe a minute or two searching, filtering, going through it. But so I use that every single day, like almost religiously, because it's so simple. I never go through the editor searching anymore. I'll go to the public page, find it, edit, I'm in. It's faster for me. I'll actually do that. Even if I'm in the CRM itself, I won't go in the folders. I'll go to the URL of the page I'm at and click edit so I can get right into it. And that saves me a lot of time. And so, that one's a kind of a freemium product I offer. My goal is people try it out, install it once. It's a Chrome extension. Install it once, try it out. And if you only have a need just for you on that one browser, it's free. But if you have a SaaS, you can offer to all your clients. Or if you have an agency, for example, I have some agencies who have unlimited usage on it because they use it across all their clients. So I set up all their white labels within the platform so they can just jump into any single client. Because how many times they try and troubleshoot a client's account? Like, okay, where is that located? Which funnel? If that's just not yours, now you got to ask them, okay, which folder is it in?
Oh, yeah.
Now with my tool, I drill directly into it. So that's one tool I have.
Yeah.
Then,
I know how annoying it is sometimes, like instead of the client's business name, the client name is in the sub account, and account manager can't find the client sub account, and they go like 45 minutes wasted just to search the tool, search the account and the funnel.
Yeah, searching's hit or miss.
Yeah.
So now I built that tool just to make your life easier. This is all about saving time.
Yeah.
Then the next tool we built, I somehow got stuck on the term super. I'm like, okay, let's go super cloner. So now, what's the next waste of time I find a lot of times is I need to build a new website, I need to launch a new page. Building a new page from scratch. That's the biggest issue everyone has because you got to get the frame going, mobilizing it, desktop friendly, mobile friendly. This takes up a lot of time.
Yep.
So you can start with a template. Then in the template itself, a lot of templates are okay, hit or miss. But what if you go to a website? Wow, that's a really nice site. Like I just love how they did the layout. I just like the structure. So the super cloner now will give you the ability to point and click, copy the page, and then paste it directly into your funnel in less than 30 seconds. That's all it does. So now you have a replica of any high level funnel or website within your account. Now the next step is obviously you do this ethically. You know, you're not going to go live with the exact same content. It makes no sense. You go change all the content. You change the images. That's what, if it's a template, it's the same thing. With a template, you, for the most part, templates, you go change everything, the content, because they're lorem ipsum or very generic. But if you're cloning another existing website, obviously the next step for you is to modify all the content to make it your own and modify any of the images on it. But it saves you so much time. I've seen people, even myself, oh, I need to build a page for this. I saw a page I like, I'll just clone it, come in there, I modify it, I'm done within 15, 20 minutes. Now with ChatGPT, I'll throw in a lot of content to, you know, change up the content, modify for what I need. And then I'll edit all the content as well, make sure it makes sense for my industry, my needs, so on. But the whole goal is, instead of spending 8 to 10 hours, or you hire a VA to go work on it, it'll take them a day, and you have to explain to them what you want. Sometimes it's much faster for me to just edit something than for me to explain it to someone else. Like, I know what I want. I just want to change it. It'll take me literally 10 minutes versus having to explain to someone, then they'll come back, ask me a bunch of questions. Like, I just want it done in the next hour. But you can't put that pressure on someone else to do when they don't understand what you're thinking. So
Yeah.
it's easier for me just to clone it, modify it, edit it. I'm good to go. And you go live with it. So that's what Super Cloner is. The main
Super
purpose. People
cloner.
love it. I've gotten a lot of feedback, great feedback from the community overall. Every once in a while, I'll get feedback from people like, "Oh, that's not right. You can't clone someone else's website." Like, first of all, the end goal is not to copy them 100%. That's
Yeah.
not the end goal. The whole goal is I'm copying the structure, the layout, the mobile, the desktop. I just love how they do certain things. Then you take it, like you have 80% of it, then you change everything up. So beyond that, I haven't seen any issues. Even if you use any template, and normally when you hire a designer, they ask you, what type of websites do you like? You give them
They
examples of
just
templates that
copy it.
you like already.
Yeah, they're copying it
Then they
anyway.
start with
So
that. It's the exact same thing, but people just don't like the ability that making it so easy for people to make it
it feels
to
cheating.
clone a site. Not cheating.
Yeah.
I'm shortcutting it for people, but it saves them a lot of time. Then we talked about all things GHL at the beginning. It's a resource center of third-party marketplace, all the cool companies around the high-level ecosystem, just compiling them, putting them together over here. Eventually, I'll build that out a little bit more. But I also started going back to my roots of providing scripting, code, prompts, solutions to kind of augment your experience. So I have a subsection in there, just kind of creating a code repo for people to help them out. And that's for free. And the last tool I have, which is, I don't market it as a tool, it's more of a service. It's called Super Migrator. And that tool will help people. If I have to put caveats here to make sure people understand the context of this tool.
Okay.
The reason I created this tool is people ran into issues with rogue agency owners. The ones that would not release them, the ones that would not give them their assets, the ones that would, or make it very difficult for them to leave the agency. Like, someone says, "Hey, I want to launch my own agency. Okay, can you eject me out?" They'll say, "No, we don't eject." "Okay, can you give me a snapshot of my account?" "No." Like, "Okay, I'll pay you for it." Like, "No." So then what's your next step? Your next step is you're going to go hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork, pay the VA to rebuild everything for you manually on your account because you're trying
Takes
to
you
leave.
days. Yeah.
That will take you days, 2 weeks, 2 months, depending on how sticky you are. So I've had one client who was stuck with they were with a client for 2 years. Now they're launching to their own agency now. So they built a lot of stuff over 2 years, and the client refused to give them a snapshot or eject them, which is their right. That's in their policy. So that's fine. But now they say, if you want to do it, you just got to rebuild it yourself. So they have the ability to rebuild themselves. So I came along and I told them they had 150 workflows in there, and they were not the simple like 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. They were the ones with all the conditional statements that you want to rebuild one
Jeez.
workflow. It may take you about an hour because it's so extensive. So I offer them, "Hey, I can migrate this over for you. Would you be interested?" So yeah, I've already been working on it for 3 weeks. I think it'll take me another 6 to 7 weeks to migrate everything over. And it'll probably cost the person about $3,000. So, okay, I'll do it for you. A fraction of that price. I migrate over within, an hour. Everything was done for them. I have a tool that. So this is a tool that I don't offer to the public because I can't let this go in the wild because it'd be very dangerous. So this is a tool I keep as a service, a selective service I will offer depending on the situation. And it's more about helping someone that's already committed to leaving. And again, adding the caveat, it's not there for the tool's not there to go into someone's account and rip off anyone's IP. This is if this is your own the stuff that you built out. This is your own stuff. We'll try and migrate you out. This is where the tool will help. I've had to refuse a handful of people. I'm just like, no, I know who that client is and I know what you're trying to take. I'm not going to be able to help you over here, unfortunately. They can go rebuild on their own. That's not on me. They can rebuild on their own, but I'm not going to help facilitate that part. But if it's strictly their own funnels, their own websites, and all their own stuff, like, no problem. I'm more than happy to help out. So those are
Makes a
the
lot of
tools I have that on the side, I do for fun.
Makes a lot of sense. Appreciate it. Now, if you are going to talk about the best suggestion you got in your entrepreneurship career, what would that be?
Just get started.
Too many high levelers are just still thinking.
Just get started.
Just get started.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna make mistakes. Just go. Just realize it's part of the journey. A lot of people is, paralysis by analysis. They'll spend 6 months figuring out the best strategy. Just go. Figure it out. You will figure it out. Back in the ClickFunnels world, people spend 6 months to a year learning ClickFunnels, but never getting their first client. High level is the same thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to learn the platform, not getting their first client. You're using the platform not to learn it. You're using it to make money with it, right? That's your goal of the platform.
Makes sense. So like this has been really, really helpful. I'm sure like anybody who is even in the intermediate or like expert level, they could really get a lot of value. And thank you so much for actually like carrying a lot of weight of the community and like trying to be supportive in any case and trying to build tools that are super useful. And that's why you use the keyword super, because they're super useful tools. Now, if somebody wants to get some help and they want to get in touch with you, what's the best place? Don't say go high level group.
No, they can just DM me directly on Facebook, right?
Okay.
And I have a few different Facebook groups that I run. All things GHL, there's a group there. But if people need help, I'm open on my DMs. And I make it a point to actually answer all my DMs. There's too many people out there, that you DM them, they'll never respond back ever, right? So I will literally go out of my way. I go through my unread messages and make sure I respond back to every single person because, I know many years ago I would DM someone, they would never get back to me. It's a frustrating feeling. Like, hey, why didn't you get back to me? Now I make sure that I'm on the other side where a lot of people are DMing me. I want to make sure I'm giving back in that way, that I'll go out of my way to make sure I respond back to them, even positive or negative. Sometimes people come and DM me for the most ridiculous things, right? But I will make sure I try actually answering them or helping them out in some way, shape, or form. No matter what, I will respond back. The only caveat I give for that one is, unless there's someone going straight up and trying to spam me and trying to sell me something, I can do lead generation for you for your Google business profile.
Yeah,
like,
I'll help you set up
like,
your
first
go high level agency.
Yeah, I get that as well. Like random people reaching out to me. Hello, sir. I have, I have 7 years experience on Go High Level. First of all, there's no way you have 7 years experience, right? Your Facebook account is only like, 3 months old. That's number one. Number two,
you don't have a profile picture.
I would have heard about you if you've been in the space for 7 years. I would have heard about you at this point. And you're cold messaging me over here. I'm like, okay, block. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, dude, like it's so relaxing to see somebody like just being genuinely helpful with right intentions, keeping it up front. And I mean, in a capitalistic world where everybody is just trying to chase the next deal, you're here really helping people. And I could see how it's creating a ripple effect around you and open up doors and opportunities. But I do really appreciate people like you who are standing here, building the community and helping, and not just from a capitalistic standpoint, but from an intention standpoint, and just being there, available, helping. I always see somebody asking a question, and the first person I see responding to that question is just you, even before the high levels up, even for support requests, which is very weird to me. I'm like what extent like this guy actually stops? Like, like there's really like not a brake pad to you, bro. Like more power to you.
If I can solve, I look at it, if I can solve the problem, I have the answer to it. Sometimes people ask a question and I know exactly what they're asking. And I know the response they're going to get is going to drag out for a week or two. So I would jump into the support channel itself and put the answer for the agent. Go, please respond back with this answer. I know what he's asking. So let them answer back. Don't say, can you please clarify? I know exactly what they're asking. Just answer with this question and you're done. So I would handle a lot of support stuff just because sometimes you get in the zone, just things are coming along, all the questions coming in. A lot of times people deflect the question or they'll answer just to drag out a response.
Yeah.
Like, can you please
100%.
elaborate more on what your question is? I'm like, I know what your question is. I know exactly what you're asking. So let me answer it for you. That's what I try doing. And people come into my DMs as well. They ask questions. Like, just create the support ticket first. Then I can get in there and help you out. I can't answer in your DMs because I don't know who's DMing me. I don't know what your email is. I don't know anything about you. I don't want to answer something about someone else's account. Create the
Yeah.
support ticket first so I can get the authentication through. Then I can come in and answer, help get you an answer separately. That was when I was at high level. I was able to do that.
Yeah. But it's still like I've seen that. I'm like, wow, like this guy is really taking it to the next level. But any which ways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the podcast so far, and for really gave like a business blueprint on how to not be paralyzed with high level anymore. Just pick one feature and optimize to that one feature. Solve a problem. Features won't solve problems unless you implement them and have the client activate the account and actually use it regularly. And he's made it very very simple about how he's planning to get SaaS users and how he's launching a niche specific AI SaaS and having the right intentions to help as many people as possible. I rarely find people like for who have the right intentions, who actually want to support one another as a community and really really grow. So if you really need some help, super smart guy and always open for DMs. Unless you're spamming him, go text him and say hi and tell him that you watched the Nikhil Sai Show and ask your questions about GHL and most likely get coached or get some help or could be migration or using any of his super apps, which sounds super helpful. And in meantime, make sure to subscribe to this channel and share this with other GHL friends. And if you need knowledge base about GHL, just go to allthingsghl.com and I'll be back with another amazing guest on the Nikhil Sai Show. For Patel, thank you so much for joining us today and hopefully you enjoyed the time.
Thank you very much. And I hope that people who are watching this enjoy the podcast. And if they get to the end, they get to this point right here when we're talking right now,
Uh-huh.
DM me and let me know they watched the podcast and they got to the end,
Huh.
right? Because people will watch 5-10 minutes of the podcast. So if they got here, if you got to this point here, just DM me saying, hey, I watched the podcast and give me your honest feedback. If you loved it, you hated it, or I could have done better, just drop in the feedback.
Love that. Appreciate it. Like this guy is always taking feedback, guys. And I really love that. And that's the product owner mentality. It's very easy to be in the sales and marketing zone, but only people who take honest feedback and listen to the brutal truth can actually build what I call generational businesses. I really love that. Thank you so much for jumping on. I'm glad to
No
host you
problem.
on the Nikhil Sai Show, and I hope we'll do another future episode as well. Thank you. Bye bye.
Sounds good.